So today for theme, we talked about the winter holiday called Hanukkah. There were two videos that we watched. They were both Sesame Street videos, and they sort of gave us an idea of the history of Hanukkah and also what Hanukkah celebrations sometimes look like. We talked about that Hanukkah is different than Christmas in that it lasts 8 days instead of just one day, and that you usually only get one present a night. So instead of getting all your presents on one time, you get them over the course of the 8 nights. Also, we talked about how in Hanukkah they use something called a menorah, which is a fancy candle holder, and it holds 9 candles. The 8 candles, the 8 shorter candles, are for the 8 nights that the oil lasted in the lamp when they weren't expecting it to. And the 9th candle is the helper candle, and that's the one that you light all the other candles with. And Hanukkah starts at sundown, and which means that when it gets dark, that's when Hanukkah starts. And that's when they do their menorah lighting. The way Hanukkah works in terms of the menorah is that each night you add one more candle. So on night 1, you have one candle lit and your helper candle. On night 2, you have candle 1 lit and candle 2 lit and your helper candle, and so on and so forth through until all 8 candles are lit. We talked about the fact that during Hanukkah, there are some special traditions that people have around Hanukkah. One of those is that they eat a lot of fried foods during Hanukkah, and because that is to also represent the oil that was in the lamp. So they eat donuts, they eat latkes, which are kind of, I was trying to explain these earlier to the other kids, and it was a little tricky. They're sort of like a hash brown. If you've ever had a hash brown with your breakfast in the morning, those potatoes that are kind of brown and crispy, a latke is similar to that, but it's more of a pancake shape. And a lot of times they have applesauce on top of them, and they are absolutely delicious. We also talked about the fact that during Hanukkah, it's tradition to have chocolates wrapped up as gold coins. And then we talked about the game dreidel. And this is a dreidel. And this is an actual real dreidel. And I got this a few years ago. And there are many different shapes on this dreidel. So to play this game, what you would do is you would start with some sort of small item like tokens or pennies, or maybe in the video, I think the little girl and her family are using, oh, no, sorry. In one video that I watched that I didn't have you guys watch, was the people were using peanuts. So what you do is you start with your pile of coins or whatever, and every player puts a coin in the middle or in a bowl or in some way. Then when it's your turn, you spin this, and it spins and spins and spins. And when it lands, that will tell you what you need to do. And each of these little symbols has a different meaning. Okay? So this symbol here is called none, and that means that you don't do anything. You don't put more pennies in, you don't take any pennies out, you sort of just leave that as is. If the dreidel lands on this one is called gimel. And gimel, it means take it all. So if you get gimel, you basically win the game. Here we have hay, and hay tells you to take half of what's in the middle. So if you had 2 coins in the middle, you would take one of them. Okay? And then the last symbol, which is this one here, is called shin. And shin means that you need to put one in, or share one. Okay? So we spent some time this afternoon playing with the dreidel a little bit, and we also ended up making a dreidel craft. And I sent you the dreidel craft. It sort of looks like this here, as you can see on my screen. And what it's going to look like in the end is like this. I have found that the eyebrows don't always fit great on the dreidel. So if your eyebrows don't fit, don't worry about it. I hope that you're going to color it first. And we were talking about the colors that are mostly associated with Hanukkah are often blue and silver, just like Christmas is red and green. So if you would like to decorate your dreidel with those colors, that would be wonderful, but don't feel like you have to, because a lot of friends did not. What you're going to do is you're going to color in all your pieces and then cut them out, and then you're going to glue them on so that your dreidel ends up with a face, and the little nun here is his nose. Okay, that's all we had time for today for social studies. Like I said, we watched the 2 videos, we talked a little bit, and then we made our dreidel craft. I hope you enjoy making the craft. I will be putting up videos next week because most of everything we'll be doing next week will be craft based. So I will send all of those things home for you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you Monday morning.